Well, hi everyone, Sean here from SwiftPoint, and in today's video, I want to talk to you all about an awesome new feature within the X1 control panel, and that feature is deep click calibration that can be used with the Z1, 2, Tracer, and Creator. Sometimes the deep click buttons may not be functioning as they should, and they may have super strange settings going on, which leaves you scratching your head and thinking to yourself, how did that even happen? And as you can see here on the screen, we have a miscalibration happening that shows our 0%, 50, 100% deep click being super close together, resulting in the button instantly activating the 100% deep click with the press of a normal click. So you've guessed it, it is time to recalibrate those deep click buttons. Another example could be if you have multiple deep click stages and you can't access the higher end, so over the 50% mark without jumping on your mouse or almost breaking your finger. And once again, it is time to recalibrate your deep click force sensors. Okay, so let's jump in and I'll show you how to recalibrate the deep click buttons of your SwiftPoint Classic Grip mouse. And here we are within simple mode on the X1 control panel, and to access the deep click calibration system from simple mode, we need to click on the mouse icon in the bottom left corner of the screen and select Calibrate Force Sensors. And for those of you who don't work within simple mode but spend most of your time within expert mode, how we access the Calibrate Force Sensors is we come up to the menu button in the top left hand corner and simply click on Calibrate Force Sensors, and you'll be welcomed with the same screen. And so once you've clicked on the Calibrate Force Sensors option, you'll be welcomed with this dialog box here. And what we're going to do, we're going to select the button that needs calibrating. So for this example, we will focus on the left button, so the left click button, as it's the first one that comes up, and we are going to click on calibrate. And when you hit calibrate, take your hand off your mouse. As you would have seen there on the video, it does about a 10-second countdown where it will need to register the mouse, and then it will be ready for you to carry out your calibration. And so when we're ready, you can see the screen here, left button, 0% click force, gently press the button until it just clicks. So we're just going to start to gently press down, and as you can see already, by gently pressing down on the button, it will register a bit of movement in there, and then you want to get to a point where it's comfortable for you and do your first click. So just before we go any further into the calibration process, now keep in mind that this is all personal preference and how natural it feels in your hand when calibrating your buttons. When calibrating, we recommend to not use the percentage shown on the OLED screen of your mouse as your reference, as you will end up going full circle and setting the current level that you already have on your mouse. Once again, it is personal preference to how these feel, as everyone is different, has different finger strengths, hand sizes, and of course grips. Another top tip would be to get nice and comfortable at your desk or your workspace and sit how you normally would during the day whilst working or during a gaming session to really make sure you are calibrating to your liking and your use case. Process will now move to setting the next calibration point, which, as it says here, is the 40% point. The process is the same for the 0%, but with a bit more personal preference, as this time you don't have a click to aim for. Instead, apply enough pressure to the button that you can be confident you won't reach this level of pressure when not intending to activate deep click. But also keep in mind that there is still another 60% of range left, so don't strain your finger too far just yet. So I'm going to put in my 40% click. I'm going to start pressing down, and I'm going to click a little bit more and press till I think is about 40%. That there is comfortable for me. And then as you can see, it's going to ask us for our 100% force. So we'll start again. Click and press as hard as we can to where is comfortable for me or you as the user. And then once you've done that, you'll see the nice colored lines there, green for 0%, yellow for 40% or your halfway point, and red for 100%, and that will say that calibration is successful, and that particular button, the left button, is completed and calibrated perfectly for you to continue using. And when you're finished, simply press the finish button, and let's go over and recalibrate or calibrate the right button of our mouse. Click calibrate once again. Leave the mouse for a couple of seconds. I'm going to press down again and add my 40% for my second finger. Again, third and final. point is our 100%, which is about there for me. And there we go. That has calibrated our right button. And as we said, click finish and it will take us back to the main menu. And that is all there is to it to calibrating the force sensors for deep click stages and actions within the whole of the SwiftPoint Classic Grip range of mice.